Forget about Bitcoin, forget about Ethereum, because we are going to be talking about 3 under the radar altcoins that are set to explode this year. We're talking serious potential for life-changing gains. So hit that subscribe button, take note, because the information in this video is pure gold. Okay guys, let's take a look at what's going on here. So one of the things that we need to really kind of understand for the purpose of this video and to talk about these 3 particular altcoins is the ETFs, right? The exchange traded funds. There's many different versions of what we're talking about here. We obviously have seen in the history futures trading. We have seen those in terms of ETFs, and most recently we've seen Bitcoin spot ETFs. And the Bitcoin spot ETFs have been very, interesting. They've given us a lot of information with what potentially the ETFs in terms of one-to-one backed with the actual physical assets could mean for the crypto space, right? We've seen Bitcoin ballooning up quite massively, hitting new all-time highs, and well, guess what? Ethereum is next. Now, no, Ethereum is not going to be the topic of today's video. Yes, it's an altcoin. Yes, it's got an ETF looming, but it is not the main focus, because what we've seen with Bitcoin is something similar to what I think we're going to see with Ethereum. Ethereum will perform incredibly well. So many people within the CC community down in our free Discord have got exposure to Ethereum for what is up and coming. And as you can kind of see at the point of recording today's video, Ethereum is trading at $3,137, right? It has come down a reasonable amount in the last kind of few days or so, right? Along with the rest of the broader market. Now, Ethereum as a layer 1 smart contract platform is kind of like the go-to platform for a lot of developers. There's lots of things that can be built on the Ethereum chain. Now, with so much development going on the ETH chain, when an ETF occurs, we're going to see a significant rise in the amount of demand for ETH, right? This is a bit of a given, but there is a bit of a problem with that. The gas fees for Ethereum are going to balloon up alongside the price action of Ethereum as well. That means all the dApps that have been building on the ETH chain are going to experience this problem with users maybe not being able to actually transact on the ETH network. And that is where these 3 altcoins really come into play. Let's talk about the first one, Optimism, right? Optimism is a layer 2 solution for the ETH chain. What it's going to do is it's going to allow users to scale, or allow dApps to scale and allow users cheaper transaction fees for using the dApps on the Ethereum chain. It's going to be absolutely critical, right? And so what we're talking about here is, although Ethereum is going to do incredibly well, it's going to be a great investment choice for many individuals, it is going to have a knock-on effect to the actual usage of the chain. So when it comes to NFTs, when it comes to DeFi, and so many other applications that are built on the Ethereum chain. What Optimism is going to do is it's going to allow for those dApps to actually have users and throughput with them without the lengthy and heavy costs that are associated with the Ethereum chain. With ETH being a bidding system, i.e. the person who pays the most will get their transactions completed, it is going to cause a problem for those regular retail investors that are, dabbling in the world of NFTs or dabbling in the world of decentralized finance, which is, really quite important. When we start thinking about decentralized finance, we can't really have high fees associated with them. And so although Ethereum is going to perform well, I see layer 2 scaling solutions performing better for the entire crypto space. Not just on ETH though, but we also see this with Bitcoin as well. We do think Bitcoin layer 2 solutions are also going to perform insanely well alongside Bitcoin. And in the case of Ethereum spot ETF, which I think is an inevitability we're going to see layer 2s also absolutely running wild. So Optimism is a fine choice. It's a fine choice because it has pulled back, and we'll have a look at the charts in that in a moment. Currently, at the point of recording this video, it's trading at $2.40, which is phenomenal because it was only really a few weeks ago that it was trading up there at $4.70. Move over because we've got 𝗕𝗘𝗪 as well. 𝗕𝗘𝗪 is another layer 2 solution for the Ethereum chain. Now, 𝗕𝗘𝗪 is again trading at a very, very reasonable price at the moment, and why I think we're going to see phenomenal gains in 2024 when the Ethereum spot ETFs are approved over in the US. Here's a little nugget for anyone who has missed it. Actually, an Ethereum spot ETF was approved over in Hong Kong and is looking to start trading on the 30th of April. There are a few issues with that. We might see that mainland China is not able to participate, but what it is showing us is a benchmark of what is to come. It's going to be really interesting to see. Now, 𝗕𝗪𝗪, just like Optimism, as I said, is a layer 2, was trading over $130 just a couple of weeks ago. So you get a nice heavy discount, and we'll jump into the charts and take a look at what's going on there with 𝗕𝗪𝗪 in a moment. And of course, it's hard to talk about layer 2s without, of course, talking about one of the OGs of the channel, something that we were investing in when it was 1.5 cents back in 2020. We can see here Polygon's Matic has the potential to be the go-to mainstream layer 2 solution for Ethereum. It performed incredibly well in 2021, and I think it is lagging behind at the moment only really because there's a heavy focus on Bitcoin. But I think when Ethereum's kind of gets its spot ETFs across the line and approved over in the US and around the world, we are going to see Polygon's Matic absolutely explode. Okay, so these are the 3 altcoins that I'm really kind of starting to build my positions into at the moment, not only because I think layer 2s are going to perform incredibly well, but also because I think it is an obvious choice considering how much they've actually come down in price. So let's go ahead and jump down into the charts. So why Optimism? Well, Optimism has moved down 63% since March 2024. Now, this might be scaring those regular retail investors, but this looks like a prime opportunity to dollar cost average into what I believe will be a fantastic layer 2 for the Ethereum chain in the coming weeks and months. A heavy discount on where it was previously. So this looks like a pretty prime opportunity to be kind of dollar cost averaging into Optimism. 𝗕𝗪𝗪 is a very similar story, crashing down 66.74% since March. Again, another fantastic opportunity for dollar cost averaging. However, I do want to kind of say at this point, it does look like we still have a little bit more to the downside to go. So I would be looking at this as a dollar cost averaging opportunity, not an all-in to one particular project kind of thing. I think we are getting rejected with 𝗕𝗪𝗪 on its 200 daily EMA, showing us that we still have more room to the downside for 𝗕𝗪𝗪. But I do think we are going to be moving up into new all-time highs when the Ethereum ETF gets approved over in the US. So again, I think fantastic opportunities, not only on Optimism, which is also below its 200 daily EMA, but also on 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗪. And of course, we can't talk about crashes without, of course, reflecting on what's happened with Polygon's Matic. Polygon's Matic has moved down 54.38%, holding up slightly better than Optimism and 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗪, but obviously is still lower than its 200 daily EMA. With death crosses looming, I do think we are still going to see further downside on all 3 of these particular projects, but it is a fantastic dollar cost averaging opportunity because when the Ethereum spot ETF gets approved, I do think we're going to see a massive rally on pretty much most layer 2s, but these 3 are standout for me. So guys, there you have it. These are 3 altcoins that I think it's well worth accumulating dollar cost averaging into as we kind of get through the next kind of couple of weeks and couple of months. I think by the end of 2024, this will be one of the best decisions you've made in 2024. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one.